So there's, you have up to 4 devices on this one, which is generous. I think it's inside there. So, power supply unit, usually called a PSU. That's an expansion board which slots into.
And so that you can put 2 more to it.
Yeah.
You should come to this one. Big one here.
Should all keep it all keeps in place. Yeah. Sometimes you need to be firm, but not too firm.
You can put 2 more.
I'm sure none of you will have had experience of using a torque wrench, for instance. Right, so this is your standard memory. Now
That's your RAM.
this is your RAM memory. Now that unclips. Can you see there and there? You just push it there and just gently there. Now can you see there's? I'm looking at this. I think this is.
That's a DIMM. That's a DIMM.
This is dual. These are what's called dual inline memory module, commonly referred to as RAM, which is. Do you remember what RAM stands for?
Random access memory.
Yep. There's at least 3 different well, there's 4 different variations of this current. There's RAM bus, which is different to this. And there's DDR1, DDR2, DDR3.
So many videos.
Yeah, 3. The way you can tell them practically, the way you tell them about is, can you see the connections along here? More recent memory's got 204 connections. And there are slots here and here. In more recent memory, the slots are in different places. So if you try and put the wrong memory into the wrong memory slot, it won't fit. So if it's being a bit too resistant, it may be because you've got the wrong memory. And you should be able to look that up on your computer.
Smiley on the camera.
Press down. Can you see? If you press down, it just clicks there. Do you want to have a go? Yep, well done.
Explain.
Because it's one of these touchy-feely things.
Sure.
Yeah. Because I know if you're feeling a bit nervous, you don't press quite hard enough.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
From the fan. So that's the CPU. The CPU is actually underneath this lot. I was going to bring some stuff in for you, but I didn't fancy going through Stratford Station with a load of electronic equipment. You might have stopped, mate.
Yeah.
What have you got in your bag, sir? Lots of electronic equipment.
What you planning to do?
With wires sticking out.
Do you wish to start digging yourself a nice deep hole? Sort of. Can I phone up college and say we're going to be very late? Say October.
Yeah.
I thought we'd next year.
You could be the Norwegian guy, you know. You could be. Don't worry about that.
Olympic Games going on here. They don't take.
There's a lot of white people doing us.
Yeah, quite. So I thought not today. Just right. You've got that's the main power supply unit. That's got an inbuilt fan. So you've actually got 2 fans here. Lots of computers will actually have an extra fan as well, because keeping it sufficiently cool is a big deal. Can you see here? That's the fins for the motherboard cooling. If you buy a more recent RAM, I did buy some RAM more recently, and even the RAM has got its own cooling.
So what are they called, fins?
Fin.
Okay, fin.
as in shark fin.
And it cools the motherboard.
To keep
Yep. So there's the main power supply
to the motherboard.
to the motherboard. There's also a separate power supply which I was reminded, somewhat forcibly by a friend of mine, that's called a Molex, which that actually powers the CPU. So the CPU power is separate from the rest of the gubbins. That's a technical word, isn't it? Gubbins.
That's 12 volts.
That'll be 12 volts. So everything.
That's the video.
Things
Is it ATX or AT?
I put it on YouTube because it's too large.
Ah.
Because you get AC and DC, don't you?
So you can
It
actually
will
save
have
it.
AC power in because
Yeah.
it's from the mains.
Okay.
So mains power in
Take over.
is about 300 watts, 240 volts, 50 hertz.
UK.
240 volts AC
first.
and 50 hertz. It goes out as a DC 12 volt supply.
But sometimes the students, the picture must come, like this.
Here,
Then all time here. 10% is for us.
Most of the components on here run at 5 volts.
Yeah, we have to appear in the picture anyway,
The components that
Here, present.
go from the CPU, what's called the north bridge. The components that run the peripherals are the south bridge. So all this stuff here
To the west, east, and the south.
is south bridge. Right, so that I'm pretty certain. What we got? We've got a very ancient floppy drive. And can you see the cable is actually different? It's an ATA cable. It's actually different.
What is that connecting to? The can't see.
This is a Seagate hard drive.
Oh, that's a hard drive.
That's a hard drive.
Okay.
And that's connected via. This is called an IDE cable.
That's the floppy. The floppy.
Rather, the thing to note about this is, apart from the data rate, which I can't remember, is actually bi-directional. So you've got signal going up and down simultaneously. Most electrical signal only goes one way, doesn't it? This is bi-directional. This has been superseded by SATA, which I think is up to version 3.
Very, very fast.
So I know the version 2 SATA runs at 3 gigabytes per second. Would that be right? SATA signal rate 3. Version 2 is at 3 gigabytes per second. Would that be right? And version 3 you're up to 6 gigabytes per second, which is a lot of data very quickly.
You say about the
The IPE cable.
Saying this,
This is
by
patent.
modern standards, is
Yeah.
slow.
This is patent. Parallel.
Yep.
Advanced technology.
Oh, I can't remember what ATA stands for now. Parallel and serial I've got, but ATA.
Serial advanced technology.
alternate something.
Yeah, because it's also called IDA, which is integrated drives electronics. Well, this is probably EIDE, which is extended. What else have we got there? DVD drive? Well, it's a CD drive, I think, is all this stuff. Tells you how old it is. I don't think you've been able to buy a CD for a computer.
I work in a computer service.
DVD will obviously do a CD as well.
What's the cable called for the CD drive?
That's exactly the same as for the hard drive. Because I recently bought a hard drive and it didn't have any IDE slots at all. Technical
Better if
glitch.
you use SATA or
That's a SATA now.
It only had a SATA on it. All my old drives that I were planning to reuse, guess what they are?
Stop trying to use them.
So
Nobody's manufacturing them.
when I looked on Amazon, they do actually sell you a conversion kit. So you can buy a conversion kit to use your old stuff on, but it will only run at that data rate, not the new one.